Meeting will come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Acts for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please turn off any remaining electronic equipment as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker.
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg.
I am here.
We have for our approval the minutes of our last meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion we approve those. Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
We will now open for public comment. You have 3 minutes on any subject you'd like to speak about.
School is like, he's the traffic cop. No. I got it straight now.
Steve Warner, 103 North Sumner. I'm just, again, going back to Washington Avenue. Commissioner Amadeo straightened some things out because the way it's written here, the original contract was $277,000 and it's being moved up to $2.5 million. Well, I found out that's not exactly right. So, but still, it just seems that the same people are doing the work in this city and have been doing the work in this city for years. You recall who the contractor was at the ball fields? Do you remember that, Mayor?
Wilkerson.
Wilkinson, yeah. And that took forever, and there was 3 changes or 4 changes, and then of course in a couple $1 million bucks. Remember that? And here we go, 4 or 5 years later, Wilkinson, it's taken forever, costing more money. Okay. Why is it the same people are doing work here all the time?
It's all by bid, Steve.
Is it? Yeah, but I mean, okay, bid, but here we go. There's a 12% increase on the bid.
Steve, these guys are doing a good job. They're doing a tough job, and they're doing a good job. And you're out of bounds here. You really are out of bounds because you have no idea. You have no real idea of the amount of construction that they're doing and what they're doing and how they're doing it and the obstacles that they've run into. So until you have some of the facts, you should really tone it down a little bit. It's a little aggravating, and you're way, way, way out of bounds here. Way out of bounds.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think I am. And I know I've been in construction my whole life. I know a job that takes too long, and it's taken too long. And not surprisingly, it's going over budget. So I just think some other people should be doing work here, that's all. It's the same people year after year.
These are public bids. You're welcome to bid on the work, Steve. You can, Steve Warner Contracting, Plumbing and Heating, whatever it is that you are, you can feel free to, the next job that we have, we would love to have you submit a bid.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Okay.
Thanks, Steve. Anyone else?
Maury, hit a soft spot.
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Commissioner Blumberg, I think your words were a bit too uncivil, and that's coming from Sewell, and that's saying a lot. But Mayor, words mean something, and some words mean everything. Everything, Mayor. Everyone here on this commission has taken a solemn sworn oath to uphold the New Jersey State Constitution that expressly, specifically mandates a thorough and efficient education. Poor Assemblyman Amadeo hasn't had that delightful experience yet of a Board of Estimate meeting, am I correct?
You are correct, John.
But you're going to have it on Tuesday. And I want you to stand up at long last and rein in this absurd Board of Education that cannot contain cost, where the county executive says that it's failed in all 7 categories of efficiency. You know, the mayor and his cohort next to him on his left side, you know, they sit there in a catatonic state. The mayor, adult for all intents and purposes, and they listen to this BS that's less shovels year after year about we're keeping the budget at $13 million. But meanwhile, the population has plummeted. And the school budget should have plummeted with it. And it hasn't. And they spend money. I'll tell you, when you're at these board meetings, you ask them, well, why are you creating 3 kindergartens averaging less than 10 students each? And the simple answer is, well, we got the money, we're going to spend it. You know, my brother spent 23 years in the Navy and retired as a lieutenant commander. And if he didn't spend every red cent, he got reamed. But you know, we're not in the federal government, and we don't have unlimited assets to tap. And we're not able to go trillions of dollars into debt. I want to see a 23% reduction in that school budget on Tuesday, because that's what it should be at. And they won't have money to do all these delightful things like create a preschool. And the mayor is probably behind this cockamamie idea. But he's really stabbing poor old JCC in the back and Jack Fox, who can run an efficient, cost-effective preschool. Instead, you want to squander money on a preschool. Stop it now and stop it for good by stopping the budget.
Good timing, John. Anyone else?
Bart Cortilli, 114 North Lancaster Avenue. And mine's on a similar subject. It seems that the school board is going a little overboard. I read the Down Beach, last week's Down Beach, not this one, and it went through quite a bit. And it mentions in there how we were kind of starting a new program called Pre-K, 3-year-old and 4-year-old. It's not a new program. It's the same stuff that we already tried and got rid of it. But more painful is that the goal is to increase enrollment. I don't think we're a business. I don't think we look to build up our people. I think what we want to do is cater to the needs of the declining population that we have, and also the growing elderly population that we have. I think if we cater to those, we do a lot better than just artificially trying to put in a few children. We're going to lose. You have to face the situation. It doesn't take a study. This year, it's not like global warming that's going to take 100 years. This year alone, in June, 3 months from now, we're going to graduate a class of 59 students, and we're going to replace it coming into the kindergarten with 29. So there's another 30 children disappearing out of our school system. And it's going to continue like this as the older, bigger grades leave. So I think a better goal is to say, hey, let's get with this program. It's been 10 years that we've been declining. We can't keep trying to buck this rate. There's nothing we can cover over with some snow by opening up a preschool. And in addition, a preschool is something that when I was working, they told you couldn't do. You couldn't compete with private industry. We have the JCC with a preschool. Do we want to try to put them out of business because we have unlimited money and we could charge the users nothing? I don't think so. So we ought to get with it and say, hey, let's gear up to this. And then the second thing is, hey, we're looking at a thing that John Sewell's brought up for time and time again, meeting after meeting, thorough and efficient. And here, we finally let it get out of our backyard, and now the county and the state is looking at us. I mean, 7 different areas, not 1 or 2, 7 different areas. We spent way more than the median spent. And we spent, I looked down the 7 items, the biggest is almost $1,500 per student for maintenance of a building. This certainly makes sense because we have two buildings, and we only have an eighth grade thing here. We have two buildings. If we were able to close one, we could save $600,000 every year. It's a huge amount. So maybe we should get on that, and if we did close a building and give it to the great city of Margate, maybe they can really help the senior citizens. Maybe they can open up a 55 and older community by selling that property, making a lot of money from it, and give the seniors a little break. I think it might help. We hear from, just another minute, half a minute, we hear from Dina Cola that, well, it's better than last year. Well, if it's unfavorable now, what was it last year? Terrible? I mean, and we never heard about it last year. So it was kind of covered up, and that's what we start doing. We start covering up with a little snow here, a little snow there, bringing a few people from out of the district in, anything to do it, and we get ourselves in trouble. So let's get with the program. It's not going to go away. Look at the 3 months from now. No, you don't have to do a study, and see what could be done. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. Any other public comment? Is there a motion to close public comment?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
John?
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We will now open public comment for ordinances and resolutions.
Sewell 22 West Drive. Before I start, Mayor, is there a typographical error in resolution number 43-2016? Can you clarify that for me to my satisfaction? Don't start the clock yet, Mayor. This is not my typographical error. It's yours, Mayor.
It's mine?
Yes.
I don't remember typing this, John.
Well, I would like to send that bill accordingly. If you think it's correct,
Wait, let me see, which one?
let Mr. Amadeo look at it carefully, because I've reminded him a couple times.
Why don't you make your point, John?
Well, the point I'm making is the same point I made 2 minutes ago, Mayor, and you weren't listening then, so how are you going to listen now? Words mean something, for God's sakes. Listen up. I'm not going to repeat this every month, every week. Get it right and get it right from the get-go. This is why people like Bloomberg are in left field, because they're clueless about word and verbiage and what they mean, the meaning of words. I've said it before. I told Assemblyman Amadeo, I reminded him repeatedly, I'm not happy with this wording. I pointed it out before, and I shouldn't have to point it out a second time. Are we there, Mayor? Planet Earth?
I'm not.
Planet Earth to Mayor Becker?
John, you know that I don't get involved in that.
Then why don't you take the payment?
John, I have a question.
Yes.
Which is better, left field or catatonic state?
Well, the catatonic state can be excused if you have certain geriatric conditions.
You know what he's talking about?
It's more excusable.
Probably the bi-monthly. The bi-monthly.
So,
Correct.
John,
Correct.
if you had said something about that 2 minutes ago, we would have been past this point.
I've said it for the last couple meetings. It doesn't sink in. Words mean something. And I'll repeat it again. And especially those ones that are under oath, Mayor.
Are you prepared to move on, John?
Oh, yes, indeed, Mayor.
State your name and address, please.
I already did. You weren't listening. That's your problem, Mayor.
I was catatonic.
You were catatonic. The Aricept hasn't kicked in yet today. Mayor, I couldn't agree more with Steve Areno back there. Contracts, you're bound by the four corners of the contracts. Ask the solicitor. These change orders are intolerable. They're reprehensible. They're fiscally irresponsible.
Which change orders?
Resolution 49-2016, 50-2016, 51-2016. Stop the clock, Mayor.
No, John, I will not.
Well, then let's proceed on. Let Mr. Amadeo get out of his catatonic state and begin to understand contractual law and its binding nature. Change orders are unacceptable, and there should be time completion dates with penalties of a minimum of $1,000 a day. And you'd be amazed how you get 24/7 round-the-clock construction. Am I not right, engineer? Don't sit there, Mom. You know what I'm saying is correct.
John, 49 was reduced from 110,000 to 57,000. Why would you complain?
And I apologize for that. Number 50 and number 51. Number 52, Mayor. Number 52. Are we relying upon the one and the same Campbell that had the $2 million Field of Dreams overruns?
Correct.
Is that one and the same?
Yes, it is, John.
Mayor, I'm dubious that we're going to get any economies out of that particular avenue of redress. And lastly, Mayor, a question for our solicitor. Do we have to go to that rebel state of North Carolina to get an expert in eminent domain proceedings for Christmas sake? Don't we have one attorney in the entire Garden State capable of dealing with eminent domain issues? Stop the clock, Mayor. I'm waiting for his response.
May I please respond on one thing?
Yes.
I have now looked up bi-monthly.
Yes.
You're dead wrong.
I'm never dead wrong, Mayor.
In fact it can be used twice a month or 2 months. It's used both ways.
It's used incorrectly when it's...
I don't write
Twice a
the
month.
dictionary.
Look
I'm
up
looking at the
semi.
Webster Dictionary.
Look up semi-monthly.
Right. Bi-monthly. Yep.
No, it's incorrect.
Occurring or produced twice a month or every 2 months.
It's incorrect.
I don't write the dictionary.
Now he's fighting with Webster.
Yes, we are.
Take it up with Mr. Webster.
Mr. Webster is at the podium.
It's semi-monthly.
We've dealt with that one. What was the other question?
Move on, John.
John Webster.
We had a question for the solicitor, Mayor.
That's what the dictionary says. I didn't write it.
No, not the dictionary. Let's move on. Why are we hiring a North Carolina firm to deal with eminent domain proceedings?
Who's we?
It looks like Resolution 47-2016 is the city of Margate City.
John, that was our coastal engineer, our coastal engineering expert on the Dunes project.
And they're an expert in eminent domain?
The project was classified as eminent domain.
It
The
would seem to me-
proceedings were.
It would seem to me that they would need a New Jersey attorney to handle eminent domain procedures.
He's one of the foremost coastal
engineers in the country. He monitors and is involved with beach replenishment projects everywhere in North America. He happens to be located in North Carolina.
And there's nobody in the state of New Jersey that
Not
can.
as good as him.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
He's also a professor at Carolina Coast University.
Thank you, John.
He's a department head.
And a member of Duke, and he was an associate of, what's his name, Orrin Putsley, the main guy against beach replenishment. So we reached out and got the very best expert we could find to help our crews. Well, there were those who urged that to be done.
Any other comment on ordinances or resolutions?
Steve Horner, 103 North Sumner. I spoke about this 2 weeks ago, ordinance number 5, 2016, ordinance 6, 2016, the capital budget for this year, which is cruising in on $6 million, which is really a good bit more than it had been. I think that most of this, it seems to me that as far as the vehicles in the city go, if everybody doesn't have a new vehicle, they're damn close to it, okay? A new vehicle for everybody. So I would say at this point, there should be a moratorium on any new vehicle purchases for a few years. I mean, get some use out of them, and that's number one. Number two, as far as this repurposing these streets, The gas company is going to do every street, 90% of the city, I understand. So I don't see any purpose to have any more street work done. And also, as far as redoing the sewer lines and the water lines, a lot of this stuff, I mean, they're not that old, okay? What's here to begin with that's being repaired, replaced. You compare it to Ventnor or Atlantic City, they're 20, 30, 40, 50 years older, and they're not even being replaced there. And here we're replacing stuff that's 50, 60 years old, 100 years old in Atlantic City or more. So I think it's time to have a moratorium on some of this capital expenditures here. And if something else has to be done, possibly, then reallocate the capital budget. And enough with the new cars and enough with the doing the streets over. And these streets have just been repaved to the nth degree. This is like 20 years of repaving the streets. So I think it's enough with the streets. And I think next year, it shouldn't be the same old with the capital budget. Maybe there's a few things that need to be bought here and there, but certainly not $6 million worth of street paving and new vehicles. And that's all. I mean, there should be, think more for the future. If we're going to do something, maybe there should be new pumps, money for pumps to get when there's flooding, or something other than just doing the streets over. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Steve. Any other public comment?
I'll make a motion, we close.
Second.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Johanna?
I'd like a motion for ordinance number 5-2016, general capital ordinance.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I'd like a motion for number 6, 2016, utility capital ordinance.
I'll make that
I'll
motion.
second that.
Mayor Becker,
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I'd like a motion for resolution number 43, authorizing payment to Colmar.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker,
Abstain.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 44, authorizing bill payment and claim.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 45, 2016, annual recycling tonnage grant.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 46, 2016, awarding contract to Video Pipe Services for cleaning and televising sewer system.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 47, 2016, authorizing payment to Scalia Environmental Consulting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 48, 2016, authorizing payment to T&M Associates.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 49, 2016, authorizing change order number 1 to Lane Christian.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 50, authorizing change order number 1 to Video Pipe, which is the final change order.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Motion for resolution number 51, authorizing change order number 1 increase to City Hall Phase 2.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Resolution number 52-2016, authorizing Daniel Campbell for Great Western Retirement Service.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
I didn't thank you, Johanna. Thank you.
Good job, guys. Johanna, nice work.
I think I'll come out of my catatonic state, go to left field.